You think you can play poker, kid? Let's see. Rich man Victor Langford pushes 11-year-old Malik Carter into the big chair. Malik's feet don't touch the floor. Rich people stand around with phones out. One game, you versus me. If you win, no way. I pay for any school. If I win, your mom Denise loses her job tonight. He throws poker chips at Malik's face. They leave red marks. Show everyone you belong in the kitchen with your mom. Not here. Everyone laughs. Phones start recording. They think the poor black kid will lose fast. They don't know they're about to see something amazing. Have you ever witnessed the exact second when an underestimated prodigy flips the script and rewrites everything society assumes about intelligence and worth? Picture this. 40 floors above Manhattan's chaos, where the city's roar fades to a hum and power hides behind bulletproof glass. Victor Langford's penthouse sprawls across 8,000 square feet of opulence. Marble floors gleam like mirrors. Crystal chandeliers cost more than most homes. Floor-to-ceiling windows frame Central Park like a painting. Tonight, the main living room is a poker arena. 3 felt tables sit under $15,000 leather chairs. Automatic shufflers hum. Whiskey, older than the staff, sparkles in crystal decanters. The air reeks of cologne, tobacco, and untouchable wealth. This isn't just a game night. It's where New York's elite prove they're the smartest in the room, betting sums that could feed families for years while calling it charity. The $10,000 entry fee supposedly funds youth education, but most of it will pad some prep school's endowment. Victor Langford, 52, rules this world. His Italian suits cost more than cars. His Patek Philippe watch could buy a house. He speaks and people listen, not because he's wise, but because he controls their paychecks, projects, or mortgages. He built billions in tech, but his arrogance stems from something uglier, the belief that money equals intellect and skin color dictates value. Marco, deal another round, Victor barks at the man shuffling cards with surgical precision. Marco Rossi, 30 years a pro, makes cards dance in perfect arcs. He's paid $5,000 a night to lose gracefully, stroking egos while pocketing their cash. It's a tightrope act. Flatter their amateur plays, never let them lose too much. But tonight, Marco's eyes keep drifting to a small figure in the corner. Malik Carter, 11, perches on a chair that swallows his frame, legs dangling. His button-down is clean but faded. His khakis are mended at the knee. His sneakers, polished by his mother, have seen better days. Everything screams, doesn't belong. The elite love it that way, but look closer. Malik's eyes never stop moving. They track every card, every bet, every twitch. His fingers tap silent rhythms, not nerves, but calculations. While adults see a bored kid, Malik is building a database of human behavior that would stun psychologists. Claire Harrington adjusts her diamond necklace, a tell she repeats before folding weak hands. Edward Grant's left eye twitches when he bluffs, a detail Marco hasn't caught but Malik noted months ago. Dr. Margaret Klein taps her earring 3 times when calculating odds. For 3 years, these players have treated Malik like furniture, discussing deals, scandals, and strategies as if he's deaf. But Malik absorbs it all. Poker, psychology, the carelessness of wealth, the blindness of privilege. Denise Carter moves through the kitchen with quiet grace. At 38, her hands are rough from cleaning supplies, but her dignity shines. She's seen her son watching, learning while the wealthy miss it. Every poker night is Malik's masterclass in reading people, probability, and emotional control. While other kids play games, Malik is earning a PhD in game theory from the city's elite, who have no clue they're his teachers. The room's hierarchy is ironclad. Those who play and those who serve. Those who matter and those who don't. Malik and Denise are in the second group, visible when needed, invisible otherwise. But tonight those lines are about to shatter. Victor sees a poor black child who should know his place. What's really in that chair is a math prodigy who's studied his weaknesses for years. A psychological genius reading micro-expressions like an FBI profiler, a strategist mastering game theory while pretending to be decor. The night hums with self-congratulation and casual cruelty when Victor spots Malik tracing a poker manual's hand rankings. "Look at this," Victor booms, snatching the book. "The helps boy thinks he's a strategist. Adorable." He strides over, waving the book like evidence. Tell you what, kid. Show us what you've learned. Entertainment for the adults. The room shifts. Guests abandon chats, phones out. This is prime social media cruelty. Victor's eyes gleam with malice. One hand, Texas Hold'em, you versus me. If you win, impossible. I'll fund any school you want. When I win... His gaze finds Denise in the kitchen, wiping glasses. Your mama's out tonight. He flicks chips at Malik's face, each leaving a red mark. Show these people why you belong in the kitchen with mommy, not at the table with your betters. Laughter erupts. Cameras roll. They expect a poor black child crushed in minutes. They're about to see something that obliterates their beliefs. Marco looks uneasy. Mr. Langford, maybe we should... Deal, Marco, unless you want a new gig. Marco's jaw tightens, but he shuffles sharply. $500 each, Victor says, sliding chips to Malik. Real money. Quite a fortune for your kind. Edward chuckles. Don't break the bank, Victor. Malik stares at the man, threatening his family's future for sport. The chips are heavy. Cameras record. Laughter swells. But as he settles into the oversized chair, his eyes change. The scared boy vanishes, replaced by something else, something that's been watching, waiting. In a cramped apartment smelling of medicine and old photos, 8-year-old Malik sat cross-legged on a worn carpet. His grandfather, Leroy Carter, shuffled cards with surgeon's precision. Poker ain't about cards, little man, Leroy said, dealing 2 each. It's about reading souls. Everyone's got tells, habits that spill secrets when they think no one's watching. Leroy learned poker in Korea's foxholes, where reading enemies meant survival. Post-war, he cleaned offices by night, played cards in parks on weekends, turning $5 into groceries through skill. See this? He made a face. When folks lie, their bodies snitch. A twitch, a touch. Most are open books. You just gotta read. Malik soaked it up. While peers played video games, he studied Leroy's probability lessons. 52 cards, 5 seen, how many left? What's the chance the next helps? Malik's answers came faster than adults, but it was more than math. Leroy taught him to notice voice shifts, breathing changes, eye movements when lying. Rich folks think money makes them smart, Leroy smiled, but money can't buy a poker face when you're scared. Lessons ran Sundays for 2 years, until Leroy's cough worsened. Hospital visits, a late diagnosis, unaffordable tests, treatments. Don't let 'em tell you your worth, Leroy whispered, pressing a 1973 Vegas chip into Malik's hand. Won it fair from a man who thought I was just a janitor. Show 'em who you are. Leroy died 3 days later, leaving a grandson with a photographic memory for behavior and a fire to prove intelligence isn't priced. Denise brought Malik to work, cleaning million-dollar homes, serving elite parties. Malik became invisible, watching players whose wealth made them sloppy. Their tells were glaring. Claire's necklace touch, Edward's eye twitch, Dr. Klein's earring taps. Most critical. Victor touched his watch when uncertain, a security blanket he didn't know he had. After school, while Denise worked second jobs, Malik hit the library. Free internet was his poker university. He studied pro tournaments, memorized odds, practiced on free sites. He grasped pot odds, implied odds, leveling theory. Librarians thought it was homework. Teachers saw a quiet kid. No one guessed an 11-year-old was rivaling pros. His drive wasn't fame or revenge. Every night he saw Denise count bills, skip meals, work 16-hour days. Every video, probability, tell was for her. Tonight, with their future on 5 cards and a billionaire's cruelty, his preparation would shine. Leroy's chip weighed heavy in his pocket. Marco shuffles one last time, cards flowing like water. Texas Hold'em, he announces. 2 whole cards, 5 community. Best 5-card hand wins. He slides 2 cards each. 20 phones record, expecting swift humiliation. Malik peeks. 7 of spades, 8 of spades. Suited connectors, not premium but potent with the right board. His mind calculates. Victor glances at ace of clubs, king of diamonds, big slick, a top hand. He smirks, counting scholarship money he'll never pay. Pre-flop, you start, Mr. Langford, Marco says. Victor pushes $50 forward. Something small, don't want to scare the boy. Laughter ripples. Claire whispers, so generous, Victor. All eyes on Malik. They expect to fold. $50 is a fortune to him, right? But Malik recalls Leroy. Victor's nostril flared. Confidence. He leaned back. Dominance. No watch touch. Security. Malik pushes $50. I call. Gasps. The kid's in. Marco burns a card. Deals the flop. 6 of spades, 9 of hearts, 5 of clubs. Malik's 7 to 8 with 6 to 9, 5 gives an open-ended straight draw. Needs a 4 or 10. 8 cards help. 31% chance by river. Victor's ace-king misses entirely. Ace-high, nothing. But he thinks big slick rules facing a clueless kid. $50 more, Victor bets, bullying. Malik sees the play. Victor bets big when strong, ends hands fast. But his hand twitched toward his watch, uncertainty. Malik raises to $150. Raise. Silence. Marco's brows rise. Claire's necklace adjustment freezes. Edward whispers, what just happened? Victor's smile falters. This was easy entertainment, not a real match. Marco sees it. Malik's raise was a semi-bluff, pressuring with a draw, pro-level. Your action, Mr. Langford. Victor hesitates, fingers near his watch. Call, he says, voice strained. Marco burns, deals the turn. 4 of diamonds. Malik's board, 6, 9, 5, 4. With 7, 8, he has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The nuts, unbeatable. Victor still has nothing. Malik checks, tapping the table, trapping, showing weakness to lure bets. Victor bites. $200. He thinks Malik's scared. Nostrils flare, no watch touch. Confidence. Malik raises to $400, gasps. Claire's glass freezes. Edward's jaw drops. Marco blinks. Victor's composure cracks. Hand jerks to watch. This is ridiculous, he snaps, but doubt creeps. Call. Pot. 800. 3 months' rent for Denise. Marco deals the river. 5 of hearts. Blank. Malik's straight holds. Victor's still ace-high. Malik checks, baiting. Victor's breathing quickens. Pupils dilate. Fingers drift to watch. Stress. All in, he declares, shoving $150. Every chip. Let's see what you're made of, boy. Gasps. He's committed to a lost pot. I call, Malik says. Trap sprung. $850 in the pot. 2 months' salary for Denise. Marco stands. I need to explain what you're seeing. He gestures to the board. 6, 9, 5, 4, 5. I've played 30 years. What Malik just did. He shakes his head. Master level. He semi-bluffed the flop. Slow played the nuts on the turn. Trapped his opponent into betting everything. This is World Series of poker strategy. Claire lowers her glass. You're saying the kid knows poker? I'm saying he's been studying us while we ignored him, Marco replies. Denise steps forward. He's brilliant. You never noticed because of his skin. Silence. The room's cruelty is exposed. Show cards, Marco commands. Victor, trembling, flips ace-king. Ace-high, Marco says. Nothing. Confusion. Ace-high sounds strong, but it's trash here. Malik stands in his chair. My grandfather taught me to read people. He flips 7, 8 spades. Straight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gasps. Claire's glass shatters. Edward's mouth opens. Jaden wins, Marco announces, voice cracking. He had the nuts since the turn, trapped Victor perfectly. This wasn't luck. It was psychological warfare. Victor stares, shell-shocked. Impossible, he whispers. Math simple, Malik says. You had 6% to win post-turn. I had the best hand. You bet everything because you misread me. You couldn't see my strength, he tells the room, because you assumed I was less. Applause starts slow, then roars. Marco claps first. In 30 years I've rarely seen such execution. Victor sits frozen, his world-view in ruins. The child he dismissed outplayed him with pure skill. Marco addresses the stunned crowd. This wasn't a fluke. Malik read tells, calculated odds, controlled psychology, skills pros pay thousands to learn. Claire, shamefaced, asks, He's been watching us. 3 years, Marco says. Every game, every tell, while you saw furniture. Malik speaks. I watched you assume I was too young, too poor, too black to understand. But poker shows character. Tonight, you all showed yours. Edward shifts. Now wait. No. Malik cuts in. You laughed when Victor humiliated me. You recorded for entertainment. You judged me by my mum's job, my skin. Denise adds, Malik taught himself with library books, free videos, while you paid consultants to teach you badly. Dr. Klein, voice soft, asks, How long, Malik? 3 years, every tell, every pattern. You never faced consequences, so your mistakes were obvious. Impossible, Victor mutters. You're a child. For what? Malik challenges. Intelligence? Or just being better than you thought someone like me could be? Marco delivers the final blow. In poker, we say, play the player, not the cards. You played the stereotype. That's why you lost. Denise says, Malik's accepted to Yale's early program. We couldn't afford it before tonight. The room shifts. They've witnessed a dismantling of prejudice through undeniable intellect. The lesson isn't poker, Malik says. It's the cost of underestimating people. Tonight it cost Mr. Langford everything. Tomorrow it might cost you. Malik sits in Manhattan Prep's library, Yale letter framed beside Leroy's chip. He tutors classmates in probability. His phone buzzes. Denise texts, CNN wants another interview about the scholarship fund. Free this weekend? The viral video, Poker Prodigy, hit 50 million views in 24 hours. An 11-year-old black child dismantling a racist billionaire reshaped narratives. Dr. Klein offered Denise a foundation manager role at triple her salary. We need someone who sees real intelligence, she said. Denise accepted, her skills from managing elite homes now running multi-million-dollar philanthropy. The Leroy Carter Foundation has awarded 47 scholarships to gifted kids from working families, chosen for resilience, not test scores. We find kids in corners absorbing everything, Denise tells reporters. Chess and poker club applications spiked 400%. Libraries see strategy book surges. The Malik effect is studied in education circles. Victor's empire crumbled. His board ousted him post-video as clients fled his racism. His wife divorced him. His kids cut contact. The penthouse, sold for legal fees, is now a learning center for underserved kids. Victor lives in a Queen's studio, eating microwave dinners, watching Malik's rise with bitter regret. Malik's achievements stun. Perfect scores in calculus, psychology, debate and chess captain, early offers from Yale, MIT, Stanford. Poker was a demonstration, says Dr. Naomi Brooks, his advisor. His gift is pattern recognition, applied anywhere. The documentary The Mind Reader won 3 Emmys, sparking education reform. Malik teaches poker at his old community center, now the Leroy Carter Memorial Room. I see kids like me, he tells the camera. Quiet, smart, overlooked because of zip codes or bank accounts. Marco, now a mentor, says, Malik changed how I see talent. It doesn't wear fancy clothes. It watches, learns, waits for a chance. Scholarship winners shine. A Bronx girl won the Math Olympiad. A restaurant worker's son got into MIT. Another built an education app. Business schools teach the Langford case. Bias leads to disaster. Pros seek Malik's psychological insights. At 13, he's invited to World Series events, but focuses on academics. Poker taught me people, he says. Understanding psychology works everywhere. Yale awaits with a full ride and accelerated psychology spot. His essay, Why Assumptions Are Dangerous, is a classic. At prep school graduation, valedictorian Malik tells the crowd, including former skeptics, intelligence isn't wealth or privilege. Genius grows where curiosity meets opportunity, even in shadows society ignores. The ovation lasts 5 minutes. Malik proves potential has no address, only courage to prove doubters wrong, one perfect decision at a time. In Queens, Victor watches, finally grasping the cost of his assumptions. Subscribe for stories of hidden genius, unexpected wins, and prejudice meeting truth. Somewhere a brilliant mind is overlooked. All they need is someone to see their potential.